Hello and welcome to my channel where I taste and rank different types of alcoholic beverages. Today I'll be tasting 13 different types of brown ales. This tasting ranking is strictly my opinion, so there is no right or wrong answers, just my opinion on where I would rank these guys based off the taste. With that being said, let's get started. So now I did say 13 different types of brown ales, but 4 of them are going to be Belgian doubles. It was pretty difficult for me to find, 12 different types of brown styles. Not a popular style that a lot of people make. One popular one that I couldn't find was the Newcastle. Just not available right now where I live. All places were sold out. I want to say they're probably having trouble supplying it. So no Newcastle on this list, but again, I do have some other fantastic brown ales. All right, so here's my list. Alright, so there are my beers at the bottom. Alright, the first one I'm going to be doing is going to be the Turbodog from Abita. Brown ale. And the Turbodog is going to, or Abita's from Louisiana. This is 5.6% alcohol. Very nice taste. Very light, honestly. A lot of these brown ales I got, a lot of them have, or they say they have nuts in them. As we go through, you're going to see a lot of that. But overall for the Abita, extremely light, extremely easy to drink. Not a lot of flavor going on. Has a slight bitterness to the end, but not super, not super hoppy at all. Was very easy drinking though. I did really much enjoy it. Again, not a lot of flavor though, but again, not bad. I rank this one a B. Again, I definitely would drink this one again. I consider this one an everyday drinker, if anything. Just very easy to drink. Again, not much flavor again. But I don't know. This is just a very crushable style for them. So I don't know. It's good. I like it. Alright, next one I have is Figueroa Mountain Davy Brown Ale. Up in NorCal. Let's see. 6.7% alcohol. This one has a little bit more hoppiness to it. A little more hoppiness, a little bit more sweetness. Not my most enjoyable one. But people looking for a little bit more of a hoppier style brown ale, I think this is does pretty well for that style. Overall, again, not bad. Again, it is a little bit more hoppy for me for being a brown. I think it'd be more sweet if anything. This one, I give it a C just because, again, my style for a brown, I don't expect to be a lot of hops. This one, I've been getting quite a bit of hops into it, which is good. It's a little unique. And that hops just gives it a little bit of bitterness, which again, I don't really expect in too much of a brown ale, but this one had it. Again, didn't enjoy it too much, but again, it wasn't bad, so again, I wouldn't give it a D. C, I think, is a proper place for it. Next I have is Rogue Hazelnut Brown out of Oregon. This guy right here. 5.6% alcohol. Color on this one's a little bit lighter from the first two. Ooh, this is very nice. Being called Hazelnut, The hazelnut's there, so that's actually really good. Has a slight bitterness at the very back end. Again, not too, it's not hoppy at all, just a slight tiny hint of bitterness. But then the hazelnut though is really prominent. You know, that sweetness of the hazelnut, you know, everything there is what I do enjoy. I like this one a lot, actually. It's really good. This one will get an A. Didn't blow my mind, but it was really enjoyable. I definitely would drink this one, you know, quite a bit if given the choice so far. So moving on. So next I have is Cigar City out of Florida. This is the Maduro Brown Ale. .5% alcohol. Ooh, this is more robust. A lot of sweetness. Definitely on the more maltier side. This reminds me if I'm eating like a very dark chocolate, like those 80% chocolates. It's not bad though. It's actually really good as well. I do enjoy this one quite a bit. For being, you know, a brown style, not a nutted ale or anything like that, it brought a lot of flavors to it. I definitely did enjoy this one. I enjoyed it as much as the hazelnut, honestly. This one's more of a dark chocolate style, so as long as you like those very dark, bitter chocolates, this was very enjoyable. I liked it a lot, so we'll rank it an A. Next, I have is Las Coast Downtown Brown out of NorCal. This is 5% alcohol. A little lighter brown. Slightly disappointed in this one. Usually Las Coast do a lot of good styles. This one's very plain. It wasn't that great at all. Again, it has like some sweetness to it, some maltiness, some hops, some bitterness. But overall, it was just very bland. It didn't carry a lot of flavor to it. Just didn't hold up well. I don't know. This one I'm probably going to have to give it a D. I would rank it... I would have ranked it a little bit higher as a C with the Figueroa Mountain if it had a little bit more flavor. But honestly, comparing to the Figueroa Mountain at least had, you know, some hoppiness and some, you know, more sweetness to it. The Downtown Brown just was very, very light. I guess if you're looking for something very, very light on the brown, this will do. But it was just, there wasn't anything there. Like compared to the Turbodog, you know, that was very light as well. But at least the Turbodog had a little bit more going on for it. It was very smooth, very easy drinking. You know, had a little bit more sweetness. The Downtown Brown just, I don't know, just didn't have any of that. Like it was almost like water with a little bit of sweetness and bitterness to it, which I did not enjoy. Moving on. I have Sam Smith Nut Brown Ale out of England. Call that. It's a little red, honestly. Ooh, first thing I got, tons of sweetness, very, very malty. A hit of nuttiness, but not too much. tad bit bitterness at the very end, but so again, it's very non-existent as well. But this one's on by far the sweetest one I've had. And being sweet wise, man, I was confused a little bit. Just because it's a brown ale, it shouldn't be that sweet. But then yeah, it had a ton of maltiness to it, which I was not a fan of. But again, some people do like that style if you're looking for something slightly sweeter. This one I would rank with the C with the Davy Brown, just because again, I think some people would like this just because of that nuttiness and the maltiness of it. It's prominent, it's there. Again, the alcohol wise wasn't too much. It had slight bitterness. Overall though, I give it a C just because I wasn't a fan of that big malty sweetness that it had. Alright, next I have is Alesmith Nut Brown out of San Diego, California. This guy's 5% alcohol. I would compare this one to almost honestly the Figueroa Mountain Davy's Brown. Has a more prominent hop flavor to it. It does carry a little nuttiness to it. But yeah, that hops that whatever they use into it, just is prominent as well. If anything, it's more well balanced than the Davy's, but at the same time, it's very similar to the Davy. So anyone who likes the Davy Brown style will definitely like the Alesmith as well, just because it's very similar in taste wise. I rank it as C as well. I would leave it with it together with it. Again, not my most favorite beer, but again, it wasn't bad. I think it is still drinkable. But yeah, moving on. Next I have is Big Sky Moose Drool Brown Ale out of Montana. Ooh, excuse me. Very light, very flavorful. Has like a nuttiness, maltiness. Very well balanced. Now this one reminds me of the Turbodog now, where it's like very easy drinking. The flavors are there. It's not overly sweet. It's not it has a little slight bitterness of like dark chocolate. I do enjoy this one. It's actually really good. This one I would probably rate it with the Turbodog as well. Again, one of those easy drinking, crushable styles. I enjoy it. It's good. Alright. So last of the actual brown ales is Mammoth Brewing in California, up in Mammoth. Hmm. 5.5% alcohol. Very dark. This is probably one of the darkest one I've had today for the brown ale style. This is very similar to that Maduro brown. It's very, very dark chocolate. Very bitter at the end. Not hoppy bitter, but just dark chocolate bitterness. This one does feel like I'm biting into like almost a 90% like dark chocolate. Not a lot of sweetness to it coming off, just a tad bit. And it's not bad. I did enjoy it, but I think I enjoyed the Cigar City much more. This one ranked at a B. It wasn't bad. I definitely did enjoy it. All right. So now to the Belgian style doubles. Ooh. So the 4 Belgian doubles I did choose, they're actually all Trappist ales. So, with it being Trappist ales, they're all made in monasteries up in Belgium. And again, these are doubles, which are similar to browns a little bit. Just, they're going to be brown in color at least. This is going to be St. Bernardus Prior 8. And what's the alcohol percentage on this? It's 8%. And all these Belgians we're going to try, they're pretty high ABVs as well. Very nice. Again, comparing it to the brown ales and versus the doubles, again, they're 2 different styles technically. But this guy, no bitterness at all. Again, most of these are not going to have any bitterness. More sweetness. This is very enjoyable. Again, I definitely like this. There's a lot of nuttiness to it. More malty than anything. I definitely like this a lot. This one, I'll give it A. It was good. Very good. Very smooth. All right, next one is Trappist Rachefort 8. This guy is 9.2% alcohol. Much lighter brown. This one was a tad bit lighter than the St. Bernardus. Not bad though, it's actually very drinkable, it's very smooth. A little bit more caramel than nutty flavor to it. Again, overall not bad. I did enjoy that one a lot. Not as much as I did St. Bernardus. Again, this one, for being a double, it didn't have a lot of nuttiness, more caramel if anything. But it wasn't bad. I give it a B. Next I have is the Westmalle double. This guy's 7% alcohol. Darker in color. Ooh. This one you can taste more of the alcohol on. For some reason, which is weird because being at 7%. Definitely more nutty. This one reminds me almost like of a German Hef. I get a lot of cloves as well. More herbs. Little banana. Again, it wasn't bad. It's actually this tastes actually very good as well. Very smooth. I probably rank this one as a B as well. Just overall, again, taste wise, it was actually really delicious. Very easy drinking. A little bit more boozy than the other ones, but then you know what? Overall taste wise, it was pretty good. All right, last one I have is the Chimay Red. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh. Yeah, excuse me again. Hold on, this is very light for a double. This is very similar to the Westmalle, where it's more of that clove, more of that banana flavor. A little bit of coriander. Again, it's not bad, very smooth. This one I'm also going to rank it a B. Again, overall, the doubles, you know, they're all not bad. They're all really good. But Saint Bernardus, I think, had the most flavor out of the four. Everything else, you know, they're just good. I mean, they weren't bad. Again, they had some flavor to it. They're very, very well drinkable. You know, again, yeah. I mean, you know, it's just not bad. But then compared to the Saint Bernardus, you know, I think that just had more flavor. All right, what do you guys think? This is my list. Have you guys had any of these? Where would you guys rank these guys? You know, if there's anything you guys would like me to try, leave a comment. Let me know. Thanks for watching, and cheers.